Welcome to Kodennected Voices, the podcast where lived experience meets trauma-informed truth. I'm Janine, founder of Kodennected, somatic trauma coach and specialist in narcissistic abuse recovery and neurodivergent well-being. Here we talk about things like workplace trauma, emotional manipulation, nervous system healing, and the power of reclaiming your voice. Whether you're navigating narcissistic abuse, parenting through neurodivergence, or rebuilding after burnout, this space is for you. Let's reconnect, let's embody, let's transform. You're listening to Kodennected Voices. Let's begin. Hi, I'm Janine, trauma-informed coach, narcissistic abuse specialist, and founder of Kodennected. Welcome to Kodennected Voices, a space to explore healing, identity, and the wisdom of our nervous system after an emotional abuse. Today, we're diving into a subject many people experience but don't always name: narcissistic abuse in the workplace. And if you're here because you're feeling confused, undermined, isolated, or like you're constantly questioning yourself at work, this episode is for you. Narcissistic abuse doesn't just happen in intimate relationships. It shows up in offices, schools, agencies, places where power, performance, and perception matter. It can come from a boss who uses control, shame, or blame to keep you small, or from a colleague who manipulates social dynamics, spreads subtle rumours, or competes with cruelty wrapped in charm. It's not always loud, often it's covert, and that's what makes it so damaging and so hard to prove. So what does it look like? If your boss is the narcissist, you might notice public praise followed by private punishment, blame shifting when things go wrong, taking credit for your work, gaslighting your perception of conversations, withholding promotions, or sabotaging your progress. And if the narcissist is a colleague, it might look like love bombing at first, then turning cold, constant one-upmanship in meetings, triangulating co-workers against you, playing the victim to deflect accountability, or sabotaging your reputation through innuendo or whisper campaigns. Both scenarios are traumatic. They create hypervigilance, shame, and deep erosion of self-trust. And what's happening in your nervous system? So here's the truth. Your reactions aren't weaknesses, they're wisdom. When you're being manipulated at work, your body registers it before your brain catches up. You might freeze in meetings, fawn for approval, disassociate during reviews, or feel sick before going in. That's your nervous system trying to keep you safe. So what can you do if your boss is the narcissist? Document everything. Stick to facts, not feelings. Confirm all instructions and feedback in writing. Don't jade, all right? Justify, argue, defend, or explain. Don't go against the narcissist, because you will lose. Keep emotional boundaries firm. Be polite, not personal. Start planning an exit strategy. If the environment is hostile, your safety is more important than any job. Now, if your colleague is the narcissist, limit your vulnerability. Don't feed them personal information. Use the grey rock method, where you stay neutral and uninteresting to them. Rebuild alliances with colleagues that you trust. If it escalates, report, but with calm, documented patterns, not emotion. Center yourself and don't take their behavior personally. It's projection, not truth. Even when you leave the toxic job, the residue can linger. You may doubt yourself. You may carry fear into your next workplace, and that's normal and treatable. What you need to do is heal, and this will include nervous system regulation and co-regulation, naming what happened and unhooking from self-blame, rebuilding your internal sense of power, truth and voice, learning how to feel safe in leadership or visibility again, working with someone who gets it, who sees the whole picture. You deserve a workplace that values your light, not one that dims it to feed someone else's dysfunction. If this episode spoke to you, please know you are not alone. You are not too sensitive. You are not imagining it. There is a way through, and you don't have to navigate it by yourself. If you'd like trauma-informed support around narcissistic abuse recovery, whether from work, family, or past relationships, you can learn more about my one-to-one VIP coaching below. I offer a safe, structured space to come back to yourself. Now that I know, now that I understand how people can be this way, I can never be hurt emotionally, ever again. Thanks for listening to Kodennected Voices. Until next time, take care of your body, your truth, and your peace. Thank you for joining me on Kodennected Voices. If something in today's episode spoke to you, trust that it mattered. Your story matters. If you'd like trauma-informed support as you heal, grow and reclaim your nervous system, you can connect with me via Instagram at Kodennected. And if you found this episode helpful, please share it, subscribe and leave a review. It helps this podcast reach those who are still learning how to feel safe again. Until next time, reconnect, embody, transform. This is Kodennected Voices.